welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Currently Inked. And it's kind of a doozy. I think I have 9 pens inked up. So I'm excited to show you. Some of these are like remnants from last month. So I think the Franklin Kristoff is a remnant from last month. It is fairly empty. I know it won't focus because why would you? It's fairly empty, but it hasn't been getting used that much. I had a burp at some point and then I cleaned it out and I was like, it's just there. And then the Opus might also be a remnant, but it's just a big ink capacity. Anyway, excited to show you all these pens. So yeah, let's just get to it. Let's talk about the pens. Okay, let's switch a shot. Alright, first pen right here is a Sailor Le Cool, and I believe this is the Finish Rose Quartz, and it's one of Sailor's cheaper pens, and it is a really enjoyable writer. Has a very plain nib, and all of them are medium fine, I believe, but they are really good writers. And if you're looking for a starter pen that is affordable and also looks kind of upscale, like this looks kind of upscale to me. It looks like a Sailor, and it's really enjoyable. This is a really good one. So yeah, that is the first one. Haven't had this inked for a while. Sailor Le Cool. And it's having trouble focusing today, but we'll see. Medium fine. And I have Dark Lilac, Lamy Dark Lilac as the ink in here. And it's lovely. It is both smooth and feedbacky at the same time. It's weird. And I'm using it unposted now, but this pen feels better to me posted. It's the weight, so this pen is very light and I enjoy using it posted more. But yeah, really good pen, especially for what you pay for it. Alright, so let's go to one that has been inked for a while, not used very frequently. And it's the Franklin Kristoff, and it is the 40, or I like to call it the Pocket 40. As you can see, the cap is not very clean. I had a burp this pen because it's eyedroppered, but I don't know, I didn't clean it out very well. And this is one of those inks that will probably always be in this pen. Franklin Kristoff. And I believe this is a fine, which is hilarious to me. This is a 40, fine nib. Because the top one is a medium fine, so it should be thicker, but it's not. It's a fine nib. The ink is Cross Violet, which is one of my favorite purples. And this is just a joy to use. I should just add more ink to it so it won't burp. But yeah, might do it later. I have so many ink though, I should probably just wait it dry. Yeah, really cool. Second purple of this Currently Inked. Dark Lilac and then Cross Violet. Purple's always a theme in my life. Lovely pen. Then another one that was inked last time, I believe. It is the Opus 88. Big ink capacity and sticky ink. Sticky ink. Opus 88. A Coloro. And it's a fine nib. As you can see, I haven't written with it in a couple days and it kind of like dries out a little bit. But it's also the ink, so I think I have KWZ Waco or Vistula in here. And it's one of those, it's a very lovely ink. It sheens beautifully and when it writes, but if you let it dry on the nib, it gets a little sticky and dry. Weird. But yeah, I need to write this dry, but still, lovely combo, and I like this pen a lot. You guys know that. Love this pen. Very smooth, nice fine nib. Great. Definitely a keeper. And then we are going to one that I haven't had inked in a while, and also it's kind of a controversial pen. It is the copy of the Pilot 823 by Wingsung. It is a 699. And I'm still kind of conflicted about it, but I just wanted to try it again because it's a pen that I hadn't had inked up for a while, and I just want to see it. So yeah, This is the copy of an A23. Mixed feelings, as I said. A Wing Sung 699. And I have done a video about this. I believe this is a fine nib. And it's a good rider. Like, there's nothing to say about this. It's Roar and Klinger Solferino. And it's Solferino, not Solferino. And I love this ink. It's great. The nib is great. It writes really well. It is not as smooth as a Pilot nib. And honestly, I like the Pilot more, but it is a good vacuum filler. But yeah, it's a conflicting pen. Like, I don't know what to think about it. Like, I like it. I like the nib. I like the way it looks. But when you know that there is a, like, original pen out there, you're like, I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. Good writer. Take the copying into account when you buy one. Gotta dig this one out. It is a Twisby Mini Rose Gold. The white rose gold one. There's ink on the cap, or on the piston knob, I mean. Because, and burped into the cap, and I've been too lazy. I don't know if it burped or I'm just bad at uncapping it. But anyway, something in the cap. I posted it and didn't clean it. I'm gonna use it unposted today. That is actually my preference for these. Twisby Mini White Rose Gold. And I have no idea what this nib is. It's either medium or fine. It's a medium. It's funny because all of these nibs, like, they are not comparable. So this is a fine nib, this is a medium nib, but they look basically the same. And then the Franklin Kristoff is a fine, and then this is a medium fine. So this should be thicker than this, but like, there's no way to like actually know what you're getting. Like, if you do comparison within brands, generally it checks out. But if you do like different brands, different manufacturers, you don't know what you're gonna get. The ink is Monteverde Horizon Blue, which is nicely wet. I really enjoy that. And this is lovely, it flows really nicely. And it's just one of those pens, I mean, you can just put it in your pocket and go. It's really nice. Also, the rose gold is just, I am a sucker for rose gold. Like, I can't deny that. Lovely. That makes me think, that's a Twisby. This is a Twisby too. This is a 540. It's an old Twisby. I wanted to ink this. I was actually inking it. There was ink in it, and I was like trying to close the piston knob, and the whole mechanism just popped out because there's a crack here. I don't know if I can get on camera. This is tangent, but I guess it's pen related. So yeah, this pen right now is unusable. Big crack in the barrel. Piston mechanism just plopped out. But Twisby's being nice, and they're sending me a new barrel. I did not expect them to still have 540 barrels, or at least the blue barrels. But yeah, getting a new barrel. Anyway, this is a tangent, but yeah, this could have been in this video because I wanted to ink it. As you can see, there's like dried ink in there. But yeah. It's a thing. All right, let's go to another Sailor. This is a Sailor from the cocktail series called Angel's Delight. And it is a lovely pen. It was a gift from James. And it is like one of my favorite Sailors. I don't ink it enough. It is really great. So, Sailor. Ooh. Pro Gear. It's the regular size Pro Gear. I have a mini here, so I'll show you like the difference. Because why not? It's not that big of a difference. Maybe I should show you like this. But it's definitely a little bigger. Sailor Pro Gear, and I think this is just an hard medium HM nib. And the ink is Diamine November Rain. Which is a lovely ink. This pen is not the wettest pen, which is my experience with Sailor nibs in general, but this is a lovely combo. And I really enjoy it. So another Sailor. I'll show you this Sailor next to the cheap Sailor. They're both flat tops. I love flat tops. They're like my jam. Yeah, this is cheap. This is not cheap. This is quite an expensive Sailor. 3 pens left, guys. I've been really good at cramming this in on one page. This is a Tisby, another Tisby, an Eco. Those don't tend to crack that often, but I have heard of people having them crack. But I think it just happens if you disassemble it a lot. Like the 540, it never disassembled. It just cracked on me. I had it inked like twice. Tisby Eco. Of course, I don't know the nib size again. Also, it's hidden on this. It's like super hard to see. I'm just gonna guess medium, because why not? Medium or fine. I can't read it. The nib is too far in there. Sorry guys, this is just the way it goes. Ink is Diamine. Communication breakdown. I love that I know all the inks in this, because generally during a currently inked, I'm always like guesstimating, like this might be this ink. But right now I actually remembered. This ink, it can get cruddy, but it has the best sheen ever. And I know it's not gonna show, but it's like this greeny sheen. It's like the nicest red sheener, or the most intense red sheener that I've seen. Actually, James has been using this pen a lot. He's been studying for an exam, certification exam, so he's been using this a lot. In a combination with this pen, which I stole from him, and then he stole it back because he's like, that is my pen, but I got it back again. This is a burgundy showing up as black. It's a burgundy Montblanc 146. But my camera hates burgundy in every which way. And this is a pen that I did a review on, and I didn't like it very much, but we found the perfect ink for it. And it's always Writer's Blood. Diamine Writer's Blood is like the miracle ink. If you have a pen that hard starts or is super dry, or like this one has baby's bottom, this ink will make sure that it flows decently. It is not 100% perfect. I have to admit it. Sometimes it still hard starts because of baby's bottom, but it's a good writer now. So Montblanc 146 with a double broad nib with baby's bottom, but usable. 146, it's the burgundy one. And gosh, it is so sexy. Like when it flows, and like, I can't explain it to you guys. It's just great. Diamine Writer's Blood is like the savior of this pen. Diamine Writer's Blood. And yeah, I think tomorrow I have to surrender this to James again. I was like, leave all the pens at home, because he's been stealing my pens and not inking his own. Leave all the pens at home. I got a video to film, and he was like, make sure you film it today because I want my pen back. But yeah, it's sexy, you guys. So sexy. It is just, yeah, I should re-review it with this ink. Like, do a review of this ink combo, this pen ink combo. Like, it's perfect. We also use it for the Aurora Optima, although this can take other inks, but this one is just the best in it. And yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. The Montblanc. Yay. Also, last one is a re-ink with a different ink color. I had a green ink in this, an Iroshizuku green ink. I don't remember what it was. This is the Pilot Custom Heritage 92 with the broad nib. Me and James enjoyed it so much that we just re-inked it. And And I see that the feed is a little wet with ink. The ink in here looks really dark, and that's because it is fairly dark. It is Diamine Imperial Purple. It's a purple kind of situation because you could say that Sulfurino is kind of purpley. So that would be 4 purples, which is cray. Anyway, a Pilot Custom H92, because I'm too lazy to write it out, with a broad nib and Diamine Imperial Purple. And this is just a really lovely writer. Talked about it last time. It's perfectly serviceable pen. No frills, just a really good workhorse. And we enjoy writing with it. So yeah. Let me gather all the pins and zoom out a little bit so I can actually show you. As you can see, I started here, but I had technical issues. Also, my lamp is falling over. This is the most chaotic currently inked. I'm sorry, guys. James and I are going on a trip in a couple days, and I've just been busy with that. But I decided I had to do this in between, but it's been rambly and all over the place, and I'm sorry. But yeah, this is the group currently. Don't think I'm gonna unink anything. If I were to unink anything, probably they'd be the Eco and maybe the Franklin Kristoff, but I just wrote with it and I love it, so I might just add some more ink to make it not burp. But yeah, good score of pens. This I will have to hand over to James, I guess. But yeah, 9 pens, pretty decent. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you stayed until the end of this rambling session, thank you so much. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments and I'll get back to you, or someone else will get back to you, because I have really nice viewers and people just answer questions. It's very nice. All right. Thank you guys for watching again. Bye-bye.